Hey, I'm DS, and welcome to my review of Severed Steel. Now, it's worth noting that this game is indie, so it's not going to have the polish of some other titles in the genre. Now, I'm going to be grading this game based off of 5 keystones, okay? Movement, enemies, weapons, replayability, and story. Each category can earn a total of 5 awesome points, okay? That's a total of 25 awesome points earnable. Now that we've addressed the awesome point system, let's get started with the movement. The movement in Severed Steel is so amazing, my brain physically cannot comprehend it. My monkey brain cannot comprehend it. My 4 IQ can't understand half the movement, so I just end up sliding everywhere and wall jumping, which feels awesome. I love the movement in this game. You can wall jump, dive, slide, all of that, and it ties in really nicely with the slow motion system, which really makes the game feel more fluid. Whenever you're in a stunt, which is like diving, sliding, all of that, you have infinite slow motion. So you can really pair some movement chains to kill anything you want. You can use it to do everything. It's how you play the entire game, okay? You're going to be sliding, you're going to be jumping, you're going to be doing backflips, which is another thing. I really rarely see games let you do like full 360 flips. But this game does. This game lets you do whatever you want, and the movement's amazing because of it. I've never played a game with movement like it. It's kind of like, I don't know, kind of like Titanfall, but it's its own thing, and it's really fun. It really works good. Helps you get around all the enemies. Some have weak points and some have shields, so it's really easy to get lost with all that. So you're going to need to kind of jump around them, jump over them, 360s, all sorts of shit. But you're going to be using the movement a lot, and it's really good and it feels really fluid. So I have no choice but to give the movement a 5 out of 5 awesome points. Now, on to the enemies. There's a good variety of enemies. There's like juggernauts. There's this dude with the flamethrower. You have to hit his like fuel pack, kind of like in Battlefield 1. There's some boss enemy late into the campaign. There's some beefier guys with rocket launchers and stuff like that. But I feel like none of them really posed that much of a different challenge. The only one that even really differentiates the gameplay or like disrupts your gameplay is the flamethrower guy. And that's just because he has a weak point. Like everything else, you can just shoot it until it stops moving. Which, I mean, it's a movement shooter. Like you're trying to keep some of the momentum. I get it, but I don't know. There wasn't very much challenge posed by like the mini boss enemies. And the boss enemy late in the game, you can just spam the fuck out of him with your little like hand cannon thing. So Severed Steel gets a 3 out of 5 awesome points for enemies. On a brighter note, there are a lot of really good weapons in Severed Steel. There's like futuristic weapons, there's modern weapons with some like futuristic vibes to them. There's some straight up cowboy weapons. Like there's a lot of weapons and they all feel really, really good. The revolver feels amazing, specifically. All of the shotguns feel amazing. You see me right now using like a Mac 10. That's usually, what you'll get is some like low tier SMG or pistol. But every now and then the game gives you like grenade launchers and stuff like that. Most of the weapons are actually unlocked in alternative game modes. Then you can play them in whatever you want. The game's got a lot of weapons, some of which you have to unlock, some of which you don't. Most of them culminate down to like big magazine, small damage, small magazine, big damage. I personally prefer the small magazine, big damage, but there's a few exceptions like the flamethrower and the scar, a little bit different. But the weapons are really good. There's good variety. They all look nice. They all feel nice. And then couldn't go through without mentioning there's this cannon that you get. It's called the prototype, and it's on your left arm, and it really helps with gameplay because not only can you use it to open up new paths for movement, but you can just blow people up with it. It's awesome. So weapons and severed steel, absolutely getting a 5 out of 5 awesome points. Now, moving on to replayability, the game has 3 core game modes. The story, which is about 3 hours long. I wouldn't play it again, but that's just because there are 2 other game modes that are better. There's Rogue Steel, which is like a roguelite. You're going to be picking up cards after every level. Those are going to assist you with your run. There's a total of 8 levels. They call it a mini campaign. It's really good, and I really enjoy it. That's what all the background footage you're seeing is of. Now, there's also Firefight 2.0, which basically you pick a level and it gives you like a dedicated challenge to finish with that level. And the more points you get, the higher rank you get. I don't really care for it that much. There's some unlockables in it, decent. And then there's like a daily challenge thing. You know, there's a daily challenge every day that cycles through, and whenever you're done with it, it gives you like one of these points, and you can use that point to buy like weapon skins. The most expensive one is 30 of those coins, so 30 days of playing. And once you unlock it, I think it's rose gold, you get a special role in their Discord server, so that's pretty cool, I guess. Other than that, there's not really that much, but it's very simplistic, and the Rogue Steel game mode can really keep you going for a long time. So I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5 awesome points for replayability. Now, where the game really dips down low for me is the story. The story's told by these 6 animated cutscenes. They're not even really animated, it's just like single frame then single frame cutscenes. And they're okay, but they don't really tell me anything about lore. Like there's no real lore to the game, I feel like. I feel like a lot of the game, I don't know. It's not lore focused and it's not story focused. The story, I think, has 42 levels, if I remember correctly, spread across 6 chapters. You get a cutscene at the end of every chapter and at the beginning of the game. It's not terrible. Like, there's no lack of story. But the story's definitely not the main focus. So, I guess if I had to give it a rating, I'd give it a 2.5. You know what? No. Too good. Too good. I'm giving it a 2. There's not even really a story. So 2 out of 5 awesome points for you, Severed Steel. Now, if you do all the math, that comes out to 19 awesome points or 7.9 out of 10, which I'm going to gladly raise to an 8. Thanks for listening to my yapping. Subscribe. Bye.